Mrs. Lippman, and we sure do live in a beautiful place. And we're here to showcase those people in our community that are making a positive difference. Did you know that one of this region's largest high-tech employers is right here in View Royal? With offices worldwide, Reliable Controls is a Canadian-owned and operated high-tech company that is leading the way with computerized building controls that reduce greenhouse gases from buildings. 100% of the research, design, and development is happening right here in this facility, one of the greenest in the region. Leadership at its best. What is it about this building, formerly a parking lot, that's so special?
We are the first and only LEED Platinum certified commercial facility in the township of View Royal. There are only 32 LEED Platinum facilities in this province, of which a full 40% depend on the products that we manufacture in the building behind us. The headquarters annex here is an excellent demonstration of passive building design. And it's a great fit for architects who want to build green buildings in the Pacific Northwest. So when you work inside this building, you don't hear noisy equipment or fans. What you see is just the beautiful wood and glulam timbers that are supplied by Forward Stewardship Council certified suppliers. The building is very, very comfortable. It's a really nice place to work, and it has double the air quality of a standard building. And of course, it's a LEED Platinum facility, so that means this building uses 1/8 of the energy that a normal commercial building in Canada would use.
How is it that what you design and manufacture here affects climate change?
The products we make are freely programmable. And what that means is our authorized dealer network can program any sequence of operation that a green building will need in order to achieve its sustainable goals. That can be something as simple as turning the lights off at the end of the day according to a schedule, or something as complex as detecting the wind velocity and direction and closing exterior dampers to prevent draft. We also service and repair every product we've ever made since 1986. This provides a real advantage to building owners because the control investment that they make can extend for many years to come if the products need repair. So return on investment for their building is very, very high. We are also one of the few manufacturers in the world who not only repair all the products we make, but we also design the software and firmware to be backwards compatible with previous generations. So the board behind me here contains 4 to 5 generations of products that are all completely backwards compatible with the newest products that we make today. And this extends the life cycle of the building and the control systems that are in it, which are a very important part of our sustainability objectives.
How do you deal with stormwater here?
Stormwater management's very important. We collect rainwater off of the roofs of the LEED Platinum building and our North Manufacturing building. And we store that rainwater initially in 2 7.5 cubic meter water tanks. One tank for flushing toilets and another one for irrigating landscape. But before we push any water into the municipal stormwater system, we allow that water, after it overflows through the storage tanks, to come through a water feature here in our courtyard. And the intent here is to create a nice calm space for staff to enjoy for their lunch breaks and barbecues. And then the water overflows and goes through a series of bioswales which detain the water and allow it to naturally soak back into the water table, thereby diverting a significant amount of water which otherwise the municipality would have to deal with. This is an app we've designed for the iPhone and Android services. It's a free app that you can download, and it's used with our system for occupants in the building who want to change their temperatures. I can click on here and make my space cooler or warmer. I can adjust the lighting in my space according to daylight harvesting, setting set points for my space. I can adjust the outside sunshades in this building for my office to control the amount of sunlight coming in through the external shades. And I can adjust the occupancy. So when I go for meetings and leave the room, I can tell the space I'm leaving, I'm out, and turn things off for me.
Tell us about some of your staff incentives that helped you reach your Platinum LEED status.
We provide subsidized transportation for staff with bus passes, BC Pro Pass. We also provide incentives for a round trip if staff decide to walk or bike or carpool to work. We definitely encourage bicycling, and we have enough bicycle shelters and storage facilities for 40% of the occupants of this LEED Platinum facility. And in addition to that, we have a hybrid vehicle that we've purchased specifically for staff use and for either personal or business use while they're in the building.
You really walk your talk, Tom. Wow, look at all these awards. That's impressive. Which ones are you the most proud of?
I think these ones are really quite impressive. There's Manufacturer of the Year, Employer of the Year, Technology Employer of the Year, a variety of awards for advertising and contributions to our industry, as well as our EcoStar Award for exemplary use of water in this facility. So in our building here, we use 60% less water than a regular commercial building of this size.
This is leadership, and what a tour that was. Tom, your awards are testimony to your leadership. So what is it that makes you so passionate and has you being an environmental and energy efficiency expert? Where's that come from?
Well, when I graduated from university, I saw this film, and I'm sure you've all seen it, the Back to the Future 2 film. It was really quite good when Doc Brown put the banana peel in the Fusion, Mr. Fusion. And at that point, I thought, you know, what am I going to spend my life doing? And I thought, whatever I do, I want to be involved in helping the world with energy and managing energy from the design side point of view and the supply side. And in those days, fusion energy was just coming out. So I actually got a job working designing fusion energy in Ontario. And after a year of doing that, I realized that this wasn't going to be something for us because of radiation. And I just fell into the controls business. And controls is something that we can do something very well with managing the demand side of what our energy use is. And here now with reliable controls, it's a great business to be in because we're controlling how we're using energy. We're not controlling the supply of the energy, but we're controlling the usage of it. And that's really, really important for us.
Lowering those GHGs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So with every building that has an automated control system in it, we can reduce the energy by about 30% inside any commercial building.
That's incredible.
Engineers are natural problem solvers. They like to rise to that challenge. And it wasn't too long ago that we had a serious challenge globally with the ozone depletion in the Arctic. And there we rallied together and solved that problem largely by eliminating chlorofluorocarbons from our products. And I think today we're in a similar situation, you know, where global warming now is our issue and climate change is our issue. And I think engineers, their duty is to protect the public and to be concerned about our society and its health. And so I think we have an obligation to try and help that regard with climate change. And our company certainly can help achieve that.
Well, you know, your code of ethics as an engineer could very well mean that engineers could save the world, because your code of ethics says it right there, that you can decline projects that don't meet your standards, right? Maybe you could tell us more about that.
Well, there's certainly a code of ethics with engineering, there's no doubt about it. And I think with climate change, this is a good opportunity for engineers to try and do better to help with the changes that are happening now.
That's leadership. The Creatively United for the Planet nonprofit society is a passionate collective of community members making a difference, much like Tom. Produced by volunteers, this show, as well as an annual Community Earth Week Festival and Sustainability Showcase, has attracted 10,000 people since our inception in 2012. With Creatively United, we also won a CRD Community EcoStar Leadership Award. And that's actually how we met, Tom.
That's right.
Yes. And so what is it that makes your company support and come to an event like Creatively United for the Planet?
Your organization is really helpful for us here in the community. We do most of our business outside of Vancouver Island. We have about 200 companies in 30 countries around the world that represent us. So we wanted to reach out to Vancouver Island in our local community to let people know that we're here and we're doing this great work, I feel.
Oh, you are.
And try and help our local community reach its climate change objectives.
And you got a comment from one of our participants at our festival that changed your design, right?
Yeah, that's true. We designed a mobile app for any Android or iOS phone. And on that, you can control your lights and your heating and your occupancy. And we were showing that as an alpha product at one of your events, actually. And one of our visitors came through and made a real positive suggestion of how we could improve that app. And that's what we did. We took her suggestion and made it real.
Tom, if you had one piece of advice to give to a young engineering student, what would you tell them?
I'd tell them to keep trying. You know, engineering's a discipline that's basically applied mathematics and applied science, and it's a lot of work. There's no doubt about it. And when you're young, you have a whole career ahead of you, and as long as you're passionate about what you're doing and where you want to go, try your best and try your hardest. There's a lot of opportunity out now for young, educated engineers. Lots of jobs out there for them.
Including at your company?
Including at our company.
Really?
Absolutely.
How many would you have there?
We could hire 5 new engineers right now.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
If you could find them.
Yeah, if we could
is there a
find them.
shortage of engineers?
There absolutely is a shortage right now.
You're kidding.
Yeah, that's
I didn't
true.
know that. And you know, with your building, oh my goodness, I walk in there and the vibe feels so great that I just go, I want to work there. Do I have to become an engineer to work in your building?
Well, it certainly would help. Or if you're a good computer programmer.
Oh, yes.
These days, if you're good at engineering and a good computer programmer, I think there's a lot of opportunity for you in the world. Absolutely. No doubt about it.
And so Victoria is such a destination for not only our weather, obviously our beauty that surrounds us, but what is it that brought you here? Was it more than that? Was it a bigger employment pool, more opportunities to find the right people, or would it have been easier in Ontario?
I think it's all about balance. You know, it's important to have a good balance in your life. And in Canada, I think Victoria has obviously the greatest weather in the country, but it's a really good balanced lifestyle. There's plenty of activities to do outside. You can garden all year round. And the size of the community, I think, is just really nice.
Wow.
It's not too big. The traffic's
true.
easy to get around in.
Yes.
Victoria is just a great place to have a high-tech company. There's just no doubt about it.
No doubt. If you have your own leadership story to share or know of others who do, please let us know at thisisleadership.org. Thanks for watching. See you next time.